Hello. I'm Eddie Obeng, and this is How. Daily, I bring you a different way to shape and mold your world and try and make it much better, much more fun for yourself and all your colleagues, all your friends, all your family. Because in a complex, fast changing world, the more tools and ways we have of being able to get around any challenges and also to get to all our goals, the better. So today, I bring you probably the most crucial uh, performance engagement tool for entrepreneurs or for anyone who's involved in enterprise, but also a way, even if you're not involved in enterprise, if you're involved in public sector or so on, a way of rethinking how you prioritize and where you put your energy in order to get the best outcomes. It's called FocusFive. Let's jump onto Cube and let's have a look. So welcome to Cube, where, as always, the sun is always shining. This is the incubator cubicle. It's for driving innovation. I've got my alter ego, Quentin Cubot, up here. And let's go and join him and let's have a look at FocusFive. So with FocusFive, what do we have? One of my books is called The Money Making Machine. And it's the book which I wrote, which has had the worst reviews ever. One person wrote, Eddie Obeng has just written this book to add to his own money-making machine. And the reason they wrote that is because I learned many years ago that most people have no clue how organizations, enterprises make money. They often will pick up ideas from the television or from popular culture that somehow capitalists steal money, or all of a sudden it's all about dodging and selling. They don't actually understand the processes with which come together to make money. Making money is the result of activities, it's the outcome of activities. It's not the underpinning thing. You don't just make money. So in the book, there's a story, and it's quite a good story about a little tale about Frank, who's the main character in the book, goes to tea with me, basically, the character who's reading the book. And while they're in this tea shop, somebody drops a plate of all the cakes. And they've been discussing this concept called added value, because normally most people think you do something, you add some value. You do something else, you add some more value. You keep working and you add up with lots of value, and that's how you get value and you make money. But the tray of cakes had crashed and smashed. So what had happened to the added value which had been created? And the answer, of course, is there was never any added value there. It's just a convention. What happens is every time you act, you spend money, you spend some more effort, you spend some more money. And if you're really lucky, a customer or somebody comes along when you've dug this deep hole and gives you a ladder to climb out, which doesn't just take you to the surface, because that's no profits, but takes you a bit higher. And that's basically what reality is. And FocusFive is understanding that particular situation and then learning how to deal with it. The next chapter of the book, they walk into a shop which sells money-making machines, okay? And they have a chance to ask the shopkeeper, for their best money-making machine. And so they go into the shop, and Frank says, what's the first question you should ask? And the chap says, how do these work? Are they legal? He says, no. First question to ask is, which of these machines brings money in fastest? So down here, you'll see that it says, which of these brings money in faster? Okay, that's the first question. And then the second question is, how much do I have to spend to run it? And then the third question will be, how much does it cost? And then the fourth question will be, is it legal? And so on. So these questions, will it bring money in faster? Will it reduce the rate at which we spend? Will it release resources? How much does it cost? The opposite of that. Will it meet compliance needs? These are the money-making questions. Question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll often refer to Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. So Q1 are things you do which bring money in faster. It's not quarter one, okay? It's not the first quarter of the year. So this is what I call a money-making machine diary. So this is just me. If I was planning tomorrow, and the rule is always plan tomorrow today, never plan on the day because you get too stressed and you never think it through properly. I've got some tasks down here. So I've got to do a SIG session for up north somewhere, but they've asked me to make sure that what I'm teaching them will fit into their body of knowledge. So I'm thinking to myself, is that going to bring money in faster? No. Is it going to reduce the rate at which I spend as an enterprise? No. Is it going to release resources? No. Oh, it's a compliance thing. Okay. Do I have to do it now? No, I'll do it just before I put the finishing touches together for the gig. So that's where it goes into my diary. Do later. Not do now, not do soon, do later. That's where it's ended up. Okay, try out our new AI agent. Okay, will it bring money in faster? Probably not. Reduce the rate at which we spend. AI doesn't. All the studies are showing that, but it will be fun. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll do it when I get a break and I'm bored. I've got a keynote summary to write so I can sell. Well, I better do that now because when I've got that off, I can get the revenue from that. Yeah, I need to design a conference session. I've sold the conference-ish. Do it soon, okay? I've got to prepare my April Fool's joke because today is April Fool's Day. When would I do that? I should probably do it now. And in fact, I'm going to break off from this particular podcast today. I've got to phone a man called Michael M. who wants me to do some stuff for him. It's probably question 1 he wants me to work on. I'll probably put him there. I've got to phone my mate Chris M, who I go flying with. That's going to be fun. I don't need to do it now. I'll do it in due course. So that's how my diary would lay out. If you ever get a phone call from me in the morning, it's because what you asked me to do is probably question 1, okay? Or it's a late question 4, late compliance one. You get a phone call from me around lunchtime, it's probably because of your question 2. It's about reducing the rate of cost, or it's about releasing resources. Okay. Question 4, I tend to do at the end of the day, try to avoid, do it as quickly as possible, unless it's late. And then I might do it in the morning, the following day, if it's really crucial. But question 5 can happen anytime. So that's how I lay out my days. In the same way as you would plan a diet with the food, which makes you really healthy, and the less healthy food later on, you plan your time and your money making. If it's not money you make, then just change money making to health. Let's say you're in the health service. So what can I do which will improve health faster? Let's say, for example, it's about training people up to heat. I don't know, but just change the words, change the activities, and use the same pet. So there's a quick guide you can have a look at. There's always the newsletter Pet of the Week, which everyone must subscribe to. And if you have friends or colleagues who haven't subscribed, beat them with a stick so they subscribe. And I'll see you again. I've been Eddie Obeng.